Um, so there's two ways to interpret that question. There's what I would like to be next, like my version of reality that I'm trying to manifest over here in my little corner of the world. And then there's, probabilistically speaking, what is more likely to happen, right? Okay, which one do you want to do first?
Let's start with your version of the future.
Okay, so my version of the future is like I think cryptocurrency at this moment in time, and really Bitcoin, and I apologize for like really focusing on Bitcoin, but right now Bitcoin is just at a very interesting point, and the Bitcoin narrative was made for the world we're living in right now, right in this minute, right? Um, I think we're at a point where people all around the world are looking at our financial system, are looking at economies, are looking at assets. And what I go back to is like my experience working in corporate treasury, right? At ExxonMobil, which when I worked there was the largest company in the world. No longer is, like not even close, right? As a corporate treasurer, my job was to optimize the cost of capital, right? Keep the cost of capital low. So make sure that we could access debt at zero cost, basically. And two was to maximize the opportunity cost of capital, meaning that, if I have $100 sitting here, I can earn a return with that $100. So how do I optimize and get the best risk return adjusted sort of profile for those assets, right? I don't want to put them in something super high risk where I might lose all my money or I might 10x it, but I also don't just want to leave it there when I could be earning return with it. And so in 2013 I could make a pretty good clip, 2 to 3%, trading short-term treasuries. Basically, very low risk return. That doesn't exist anymore. Rates are zero. In some places, rates are negative. Fully 1/4 of the world's sovereign debt is negative yielding, and that number will only increase. We are in a zero interest rate environment. The way we allocate capital has to change. And investment committees don't respond quickly, right? Like if you've ever been in an investment committee meeting or in a risk review meeting with a large bank or a large investor, it takes them 18, 24, 36 months to make changes because it takes a long time. So people are like, in March, people are like, oh my God, Bitcoin's going to boom because inflation. I'm like, things don't happen on that time scale. Like in November or in April of next year, they'll have their annual risk review meeting. They'll have their annual allocation strategy meeting, and they'll talk about maybe allocating, right? But it doesn't happen like the very next day. I think what is happening, what's very real, is people look at the world around them. Inflation target is 2.5%, meaning every year my dollars buy me 2.5% less. My risk-free rate of return is zero and will be zero forever for the foreseeable future. So what can I do with my money that will allow me to at least keep pace with inflation and potentially earn a return? Because there's no way that the government's going to fund my retirement. I know that for a fact. So what do I do with my money? And I think people are looking at Bitcoin because there aren't a lot of places left to put the absolute shitload of money that is out in the world that needs to earn return. People are buying Pokemon cards, right? A few weeks ago, Logic, the rapper, like bought the most expensive Pokemon card ever. People are buying classic cars. People are buying houses. People are buying wine. People are buying like these esoteric assets. People are buying NFTs, right? Mm-hmm. People are trying to find places to stash cash that will help them at least keep pace with inflation, but also potentially earn a return. That opportunity is going away in a lot of places. And so again, I think this is where Bitcoin is such a beautiful, beautiful story, because Bitcoin has the capacity to absorb significant amounts of capital. The markets are really liquid and robust. The infrastructure available to institutions is very robust. So I'm very excited in the near
That's what I was saying. You said the institution word.
Look, but this is the practical reality, right? This is the practical reality. Like what you said, Ray Dalio is not going to sit there with a ledger and like type in his 8-digit passcode. Do you really think that's going to happen? Like he probably doesn't doesn't even write his own emails, right? Like he has people who do that for him. The man is extremely wealthy. Like he's not going to sit there with a little ledger and like unbank himself. Why would he do that?
Because he would definitely lose his private keys at least once.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't Peter Schiff lose his private keys?